Hi guys, it's Katie here from Creativa, and I've just completed this project and I would like to share it with you. So the project that I've made is a journal, and it is my attempt at meeting the Nik the Booksmith challenge. So the challenge was called If I Were a Journal, and the idea was to create a journal that was a reflection of your personality. So I think I've met the brief here. I feel like there's a lot of me in this journal, so I'd just like to show you through it. But before I do, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about why the journal is the way it is. So I create SVG files for electronic cutting machines, and I also do printable templates for those people who don't have electronic cutting machines. And I recently made a couple of projects, and so this is kind of a mash-up of some of my projects that I'm thinking about how to put it together. So the first one is I did a set of SVG files and printable templates on all sorts of bits and pieces that you can put in a journal. And then not so long ago I made this one here. This is a book box, or a book of boxes, and I made this on camera. But you open it up and it has all these little boxes in here, and they come out and you can move them around. And someone asked me, could I make or could you somehow design an album particularly that had album pages but also had boxes at the back, so it would be like a memory book. So this is my sort of prototype for that, but this is a journal, not an album, but it's working towards the album. So anyway, that's why I wanted to tell you about this, because this is a journal at the front, but at the back there is a set of little boxes. So let me show you my journal. To start with, it is, I think it's about 6 inches in width, 9.5 inches in length, and it has about a 3-inch spine, roughly. I have only used a few pages from a book from the Biodiversity Library, which is a website where you can download old books. And I've used a few pages from an old book. Otherwise, I've used atlas paper, book pages, coffee stain paper, and pretty much just about all of the images in here are my own. So that's why I think it sort of feels the brief about it being a reflection of my personality. So just coffee stain paper on the front. I've put some of these little metal book corners on here. This is sort of like a raffia type of ribbon. I think they use it a lot in floristry, you know, the little filler things. And so I've used that around my cover. The back is just plain, like this, coffee stain paper. And then on the side here I have some a bulldog clip with some book jewellery, some charms and things on here. I really love making paper beads, so there's a lot of my paper beads on here that I've just made from my scraps. I'm all about using my scraps up at the moment. So these are some beads that I've made from some scrap cardstock, and I've painted them, I've covered them in UT, and then I've strung them on here. These ones here are some leftover bits of atlas paper. There's some leftover scrappy bits from some marbled paper that I made. And then there's a few little charms here of some seashells. There's like an old-fashioned coin and another seashell up here. This is like an altered domino. I actually made the domino itself on my 3D printer. I have a 3D printer, and so I made the blank on my 3D printer, and I was able to make it so it had a hole going all the way through so that I can string it onto a charm situation like this with just a little tassel on the bottom. So I've just done a bit of collage on here, and this is a stamp of a seashell, and I've actually made my own stamps that I've used throughout this little journal. So these are made from erasers, you know, that you rub out pencil markings with, and I've just cut into them and made these little groovy little stamps. This was great fun. So this is the one that I used here. and I've just stamped on there, and then I coloured it in a little bit with Posca, a Posca paint pen to make it stand out. Put a little bit of glittery bling on there, and then I've coated the whole thing with UV resin so it's quite strong and a little bit shiny. And then that's one of my little shells here as well. I think it's this one. So that's what I've got on here. So my journal itself got really chunky, so I needed to put a closure on it. I got the old alligator mouth because I couldn't help myself, so I've just used a chiffon ribbon and put a couple of little beads on there. And this piece of sari silk here is holding in my box here at the back, so the box is actually removable. And the bulldog clip with the charm on it is also removable. On the front I've got an image of a seashell that I designed, and I printed this using the cyanotype printing process, which is so much fun, and I did get carried away, and you'll see so many of these in my journal, but you know, I couldn't help myself. So this one I've printed on some index paper from an atlas, and the blue colour itself is from the cyanotype process, so the chemicals create the blue effect. So I'll just undo that, and I'll also undo the sari ribbon that's holding the box in, because I think we'll do the box first. So I'll just turn to the back and we'll take this box out. So the reason I made the box removable is because if not, it makes it quite difficult to write in your journal with the box in here. So if we make it removable, then it's still easy enough to write in our journal. So we'll turn to the back, and the box itself has a cover on it, and when you open it up it has little removable boxes inside. So in this one I've got some of those Tim Holtz domes, and I've just put some of my tiny seashells in this one. I'm a huge collector of seashells, and I think that's going to be really obvious as we go through my journal. So I've got a couple of little domes there. Then I've got a couple of little glass bottles that have also got tiny little seashells in. And then I've just got a few of my bigger seashells, just ones that aren't in containers that I thought would fit nicely in here. So the boxes themselves come out, and you can have lots of different configurations. So I could have 6 of these little boxes in here. I could have 2 of these and 2 of these. I could have 2 of these. You know, there's all sorts of different ways that you can configure all of these little boxes inside the box. So these ones I've just covered with some old atlas paper. And I like these because they have this little edge around them. I think it finishes them off quite nicely. So that is my little box that goes in the back of my journal. So we can just pull that one out and put that one to the side. And then we can flip back over to the beginning. So a lot of the pieces that I've used in here come from my SVGs, like this little slot pocket. And these word tags, but I don't want to, you know, go on about them. But anyway, so I've got this slot pocket in the front, and it's got some little tags in here. This is one of my little word tags, and I've just embossed it, and I've also done some distress ink on there to make that one stand out. And that one says observations, which I thought went nicely. And then this is another one of my cyanotypes. It's a shell, it goes that way. They're all shells. Probably don't need to say that, do I? So that goes in there. I've used sari ribbon all the way through here, this sort of creamy colour, and then this sort of sea green bluey colour, which I really love. So I've got a book page here, and then I've got one of these little Tim Holtz clips, and all the way through here I've got some more of the paper beads that I've made, and also some more charms because I can't help myself. And then there's another one of those word tags here, and this one says memorabilia. So they're all attached to there. On the inside covers, I've got some marble paper. This is some marble paper I made quite a while ago using the shaving foam technique, which is super fun, and my son and I did it one wintry day, and we had a blast. So yeah, I've got this tag stuck on here. This is just a book page, and then I've got a little tag up here, some coffee stained paper. There's a pocket here. All my pockets are from my SVG files. And then this is another cyanotype here, this file folder. I could have put pockets and all sorts of things in here, but I didn't because you can see I got pretty chunky. But I've got this little file folder and I can always clip some things in there, and that's just some of the atlas paper, some maps from the atlas. This is painter's masking paper, so it's really thin, but I like it. Some more atlas paper. This is a little slide that I made. I've got an SVG file for making slides. It's part of the journal one. But this little tag here is from a place called Witchcraft Do You Do, and that's where I also got my sari ribbon from. They're an Australian little craft company, but I know that they do international shipping, so I'll put the link in the description box below. So this is my little stamp here, my little fan stamp, and this is just the piece of napkin that you pull off, you know, when you're doing Mod Podging or decoupaging napkins and you have to pull off that white one, that white layer. So I just Mod Podged that white layer and stamped on that, and I quite like that. So that's just on there, and there's a few of those in here. This is some baking paper that has been coffee stained, and I really like the way you can see through it and you can see this picture underneath. This makes me think of, you know, old-fashioned photograph albums where you'd have the protector sheet in between the pages so that they didn't stick together. So I like that idea. And these, I've got a few of these in here. These are images from the book that I downloaded from the biodiversity library. And I wanted it to look like a plate in a book, so I've just attached it on here with some of the photo corners, the little adhesive photo corners, so I really like that. Some more coffee stained paper and baking paper. I did a few of my stamps onto the napkin, so I've just made a sort of a bookmark with the window bookmark with 3 of them in there, just for a bit of fun. Some more of the map paper. Has an envelope here, and I have these little page turner thingies. I'm not sure what they're actually called. I got them from AliExpress, and you hold them in with a brad, and then they can just flip up. And then I've just got an envelope there that I've made, and I've stitched around it, and that's just out of the atlas paper, so that just flips over. Some more book paper and coffee stained paper. The pockets are out of my journal pack. This is a large journal card, and this is actually a picture, a mixed media piece that I did years ago, and I just took a photo of it and shrunk it down and made it into a big journal card. It's actually this one here. So this is a sort of a mixed media piece that I made, oh, I don't know, years ago. Yeah, so I just took a photo of it, shrunk it down and popped it in here. So pretty much everything in here is my own art. So let me find a place to put that. I'll probably fall over and scare the life out of me. Okay, so then we've got some more masking paper, coffee stain paper, baking paper again with one of those little plates on there. There's another pocket here, and this is another one of the envelope pockets, so it flips up so you can pop something in there as well with these funny little turners. If I had longer nails I could do that much better. It's another one of my cyanotypes. These are so much fun. I might do a video on how to make them because I just had so much fun. There's another file folder here under this belly band with another one of my cyanotypes, and this one I did actually onto the atlas paper, so that was pretty fun. That one just opens up. And then I have another one of their little page tabs with a little bead hanging off it. And some more baking paper. Another pocket here that I made out of the index pages from my atlas with a cyanotype on here. And this is a journal card with a cross-stitch picture of a sand dollar. So this is a cross-stitch that I did, I don't know if I want to tell you, like 30 years ago, maybe? And I still haven't framed it. So this, I just took it, I think I might have scanned this actually, and then just shrunk it down to make a little tag out of it. And I really love how you can see the Ada count cloth in the background. I love that texture. So that was fun. So when I look back over a lot of the art that I've done over the years, I seem to gravitating back towards seashells, and I also have seashells everywhere in the house. So I felt that was really reflective of my personality, as well as the colours and the paper choices that I made. So some more coffee stain paper, another little tag with the cyanotype print on there. You'll get sick of those. It's another one of those little slides, and then a little seashell charm. I've had these seashell charms for years as well, so it just all came together, it felt like. It's another one of the pockets here with another cyanotype card here that I can use as a journal card. And page tag with another little paper bead. So this is a napkin, a serviette, you know, paper napkin. And I've just I coated it with PVA to make it nice and strong, and then I just made it into a little bag and put a little tag in there. So that was pretty easy. And it has this groovy seashell design. It went really nicely, I thought. Some more matte paper, masking paper, and then I've got another corner pocket here and another tag. So this is a piece of my artwork as well that I did many years ago. And so again, I just shrunk it down and put it in there. So I've got that one here too. So there's this one here. Again, haven't framed it. It's just been sitting like this for ages. I really like it. I don't know why I haven't done anything about it. So again, I've just shrunk it down and printed it out and made it into a big journal card. And then I have a couple of little envelopes here that open up and I can pop things in there. So there's those two there with the little turner things. I don't know what they're called. Some more coffee stain paper. Got a pocket here, a long pocket here, and inside here, this is a different set of SVGs from my file folder, but I've put a cyanotype on the front. And then this opens up, it's got a couple of pockets here, and then it opens up again. There's a corner pocket here, some more pockets here, some more pockets here, another long pocket, and it's got a Rolodex card in there. So I've just matted that with a collage page that I made from some of the pages from the book that I downloaded from the Biodiversity Library. Whew, mouthful. Some more masking paper, another bottom pocket with another one of my cyanotypes. This is a little matchbook notebook. So I used my SVG, but my Cricut just cuts it out for me, and then I just, you know, fold it up and put it together. And I've just put some little blue papers in there. This is my little one of my little stamps here. That one that I've just popped on there, with a couple of little brads. So it's got a bit of a beachy theme to it as well, I guess. Natural sort of fibres and muted colours. It's another one of the plates from the book that I have put under this baking paper. Just love that. Wish I could do that. Another little page tab with a bead. More baking paper, coffee stain paper. Another little cyanotype in this pocket here, and then another one of my cross stitches, which I've just scanned or took a photo of it, I can't remember, and shrunk it down, and this is it. And I haven't framed it. That's really embarrassing. I feel like I've made a terrible confession that I make these things and they never end up on the wall, although I love them. I think I could never find a set of frames that I really loved for these to go in. But anyway, that's it shrunk down in my journal as a journal card. So, you know, it's getting used for something. There's another little bottom pocket envelope here that flips open, and then behind that is another one of my cyanotypes. I told you there was lots of those. Another one of those little napkin paper bags with a tag, some more paper beads, and another little charm. Last signature. Oh look, it's another cross stitch. It's another cross stitch that I haven't framed. That's this one here. So I don't know if you can tell. It's like a windowsill with some seashells sitting on the windowsill. And I just love the colours of that one. Anyway, this is another one that I did many years ago and haven't framed. But here it is as a journal card. So I really like that one, so I'm happy with that. And then there's just some more paper, a belly band going this way with one of my cyanotypes in there. Some book pages. And another one of the plates, another one of the little slides. Oh, and then I have this notebook here. So when I made my signatures, I stacked them all up and I cut the edges off so that all my pages would be the same width. And so then I had all these lovely pieces of coffee stained strips, which I just stuck together and made into the cover of this little booklet. And in the booklet is just some cream coloured copy paper, so I can use that as a little booklet. Another one of my cyanotypes on the atlas paper, and a corner pocket. And then I think this is the last pocket, and it's got another one of my cross stitches in here, and you guessed it, it's another one that I haven't framed. I feel so terrible, but anyway, easy enough to put on my scanner bed and scan, and then shrink down and make into a little card. So all is not lost. So that one goes in there, and then that is pretty much the end of my journal. So then my book box, the box in the back fits in the back here. It's the same size as my pages, so then when I flip it over and line it up, it all fits in together. So you can see that it did get really chunky. No matter how hard I try, I always make alligator mouth, but that's okay. I'm resigned to alligator mouth now. If I took all of my inserts out, it all fits together just fine. And of course we have a closure. So anyway, that is my If I Were a Journal that I would like to add to the collection of people who have been making journals for the If I Were a Journal challenge by Nik the Booksmith. It was great fun. I really sunk my teeth into this one, and so thanks very much, Nik, for the challenge. I feel like the challenge was accepted and completed. I feel like this is a reflection of my personality, and I will treasure this for a long time to come. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to do something that was really about me. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope that maybe you'd subscribe to my channel. That'd be fabulous. I've got lots of content, and maybe you'll find something that will inspire you. Okay, have a great day everyone. Thanks for your time. Bye. Bye.